everywhere. Live from Seattle, this is the Northwest's most watched late-night newscast with Don Porter, Tony Ventrella, and Jeff Renner. This is King 5 News.
Good evening. Debate over a new city ordinance regulating topless dance clubs in Seattle ranged tonight from accusations of organized crime influence to statements by dancers that the city is trying to take away their livelihood. John Sandifer reports from Seattle City Hall.
The Public Safety Committee of the Seattle City Council. On the agenda, public input on the law which will license dancers and managers and set strict rules on what can be touched or seen and where and how. Dancers and managers claim it will almost put them out of business.
There are a lot of girls that, besides having families to support, they are putting themselves through school.
We do not begrudge anybody the opportunity to make a living, but we believe they have to fall under regulations as well as the rest of us.
3 months ago, I was living on the street. Well, not exactly on the street. I was in a women's shelter. And I'm finally working for myself and putting myself through school. And I'm asking you, please don't take away my rights to do that. And
there's no question in my mind that there is definite connection between the adult entertainment business and prostitution. I've been in this work for 9 years now, and in my mind, it's indisputable.
First of all, we are very strict about what we allow to happen in there. We do not allow prostitution.
The well-documented link to organized crime, drug deals, prostitution, pornography, the increased rate of sexual crimes.
I am in favor of regulation. What I am not in favor of is overkill.
The next step in the process, a week from Wednesday, the Public Safety Committee will meet and probably vote to recommend passage of the new ordinance to the full council. At City Hall, John Sandifer, King 5 News.
Members of Seattle's deaf community are outraged over the firing of the director of their community service center. Protesters packed that center last night upon hearing that Betty Broker was to be fired. Broker, who is deaf, has had the job only 3 months. Her supporters say she was railroaded, but board members defend the action.
I can certainly understand that they feel disappointed because this is their dream, to have credibility for this agency, someone to really look up to in this community. However, there was a very good reason for the board to ask for this resignation.
Ingram concedes it could take a long time to find Broker's replacement, but he promises the next director will also be deaf. Doctors at Seattle's Virginia Mason Medical Center report promising results in testing now underway of new treatments for cancer. Already, 74-year-old Evelyn Tout has apparently benefited from the new techniques. She suffers from ovarian cancer, which has spread. Virginia Mason doctors employed the experimental treatments based on the use of man-made antibodies and radioactive rhenium, with positive results for Evelyn Tout.
I was real thrilled, and to think that it's worked has been wonderful. I feel real grateful. I'm being selfish. I'm thankful for myself, but I'm thankful for everybody else.
We have evidence that she's had a very excellent response to one treatment with a marked decrease in the amount of cancer that she had.
These new treatments are still experimental, but Virginia Mason doctors hope they are onto something there. In the wake of the big Rainier Ice House fire, the recipe for a surefire Thanksgiving feast could be have an out-of-town friend send you a turkey and stock up on ice cube trays. We got a first-hand look today at the major damage. The 5,000 tons of frozen food, turkey, crab, shrimp, all a total loss. Markets and hotels can find other sources, but hold on to your wallet.
Maybe a price impact, which realistically we expect.
And then there's the ice crisis. Rainier was the sole source for those big 300-pound blocks.
Everyone in the city that is putting on banquets with ice carvings is going to be having the same problem. They're going to have to find ice, and they're going to have to pay whatever price they've got they can get it for.
And holiday party ice may be in short supply as well. Still no word yet as to the cause of that persistent and destructive fire at Rainier Cold Storage and Ice. And in Oklahoma today, they had a stubborn fire of their own on their hands. Strong winds whipped this blaze right through the town of Altus, destroying more than 20 homes and businesses. Luckily, no one was killed. However, 20 people ended up in the hospital for treatment of smoke inhalation. This fire started in large bales of cotton, and it is still smoldering tonight. Meanwhile, the nationwide search continues for the landlady of a Sacramento, California boarding house The FBI has joined in the hunt for Dora.